Hello, everybody. Hey, how's it going? This is not episode 32, Lamentations of the Flame Princess, as my screen says. Hello, this is episode 37 of Once Upon a Game Season 2. We're getting into the tail end here of Season 2. And we're playing Remember Tomorrow, which is a cyberpunk role-playing game. Love me some sweet cyberpunks. This is really fun. This is a GM-less game. This is also a prep-less game. So what that means here, if you never heard those terms before, none of us will be in full control of the game here. We're all going to be sharing equal stakeholdership into the game, which means that each of our says is worth the same amount. The rules will guide us in who can say what at different times, though. But other than that, though, we all are minority stakeholders or shareholders in this company that's called Remember Tomorrow game tonight, right? This is a Once Upon a Game. This is a one shot show. We go hard in the paint. We ball hard here.
All one shots all the time.
All one shots yeah. And it's you only need one shot, baby, because we're so intense.
Wow.
No. I'm sorry. So anyways, guys, welcome. I'm super excited to be here. I'm still riding the high of playing Blades this weekend, which is so much fun. Awesome. I just want to take a quick moment to talk about my Sunday. I played Blades. All right. I GM'd an amazing game of Blades. The VODs will be up tomorrow. But you can also check my Twitch VODs. They're there. Following which, my girlfriend was the GM and for the last duty station of our game of Night Witches, our campaign that's been running for 6 months. That finally wrapped up. We finished our game of Night Witches, and that was Suzanne's first time GMing, was doing the last duty station, and she did an excellent job. So I just wrapped up a campaign, which is pretty cool. And then I got drunk and ate pizza and played Contenders, which is this card-based fighting game. It's supposed to be for boxing. It's basically the Rocky RPG, but we did Street Fighter instead, which was a lot of fun. And so just games for days. So I did that, and now today we're playing some Remember Tomorrow. So that's me. I just thank you for indulging me for a minute there. But enough about me. Let's talk about all my awesome guests here tonight. So Kelsa, let's go. Let's start with you. Kelsa, how are you doing?
Hi. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, long time no see. Welcome back to the show.
Since last week. But it was actually a pretty long time before that, actually. So, yeah, I'm excited to be back, and I'm excited to do more Remember Tomorrow, because this game was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Kelsa was in our other show, Remember Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's fun. Weird.
Yeah.
How that works. I'm excited to kind of go off script this time. First time I rolled dice for every character decision I made, and now I am going to just pick and choose what I really want to see, because I had a lot of ideas that I let go by the wayside that I'm gonna kind of push for. So if it gets dark, sorry, not sorry.
It's okay, because we have rules here for the game to handle that. And the rules are called the X card and the Veil. And if we don't want to pursue what Kelsa is cooking, and if it's really not what it's really triggering, we can get rid of it. It's fine. It's okay. So that just requires us to be willing to speak up when we feel like we're uncomfortable, right? We are not in person. We are using cameras, so sometimes it's not always the same, being able to recognize when someone's uncomfortable. So sometimes it's harder to speak up for someone when they're feeling down and all. But I mean, are we okay with that? By the way, are we okay with bringing it and having the X card as our sort of safety valve?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Awesome. Great. Cool. Yeah. Awesome, Kelsa. I'm excited. I want to explore that stuff. I'm excited. I want to see what happens. So thank you. So Aaron's a newcomer to the show. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah. It's going great.
Yeah. So Aaron has what games have you played so far?
I've only played D&D.
Yeah.
5th edition.
Hey, but that's great. Yeah, he's brand new, which is good, because the show is not just for people who've been on the show before. The game's for anyone of any experience level. We play games. I try to play games that require basically as little prep as possible, just so we can get playing and have fun, and it's not a stressful thing. So, well, I hope you have a great time. You picked a great night. This is a great cast because we haven't introduced our last but not least guest, Brad. Brad, are you always? Somehow I end up picking you last every time. Why?
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Hey.
Yeah, I'm terribly offended. I'm just anyway. No, it's fine. And I had a crazy good Sunday too. So after Blades, which was amazing, I had a great time doing that. I streamed some more, doing this far future.
Yeah.
Sort of,
what's it called? Escura?
The Eschaton.
Eschaton. Yeah.
Which is sort of the end of all things. Not that, and the meaning specifically here is not that everything is ending, but that time doesn't have the same meaning because of like time and dimensional travel. Anyway,
Sounds cool.
So I did that, and it was with a new character that's like full-on post-human, alongside these space janitors. So the contrast was really interesting. Then after that, I drove like an hour into the city to watch The Walking Dead with friends, and the friends were great. The final episode, not so much. Like the rest of the season has been pretty good, but anyway. So hugely long day. But I'm jazzed to do this. I haven't played anything in like a full-on cyberpunk genre in years and years.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So this would be a fun little one-shot for Cyberpunk. So I'm going to spend a quick couple minutes to describe how this game's going to work. And then we'll just kind of jump into play, okay? So, everybody, hopefully that's all. Oh, nope, I didn't edit down here too. We also jump back in time and we're back playing Blades in episode 36.
I'm still down.
I got so...
Switch to Blades, it's fine.
I got so stoked to start streaming that I just forgot to update the titles for my shows. I'm so sorry about that. So, this game, there's two types of things in this game. There are protagonists and there are factions. Protagonists are going to be characters that you control, but they're not necessarily yours. What will happen is they're kind of not just, I don't want to say disposable, but if you're bored of your character, you could create a new one and you can put your character into the middle of a story. If you're familiar with the narrative storytelling styles of, like, say, like the show The Wire, or if like the movie Crash, where you have like multiple protagonists, like kind of everyone's focused on one storyline that's kind of like going around and weaving into other people's storylines. That's what this game is about. It's not so much like you're going to form a team and do a mission. It's very much like individual stories of how you're accomplishing things. It doesn't mean that you won't cross paths with other characters. It just, it's more like individual stories happening simultaneously in this larger, broader context, which is called the future. It's called Somewhere, as the game puts it. So like that's like the one thing is like protagonists and characters, and the other side is the factions, and the factions are sort of like the giant corporations, gangs, groups, AIs, like your whole like things that are out there that are more powerful than just a single individual. Because the power dynamics of Cyberpunk is that corporations, all that kind of stuff, run amok, and they're all more powerful than people, right? Like individual agency is being pushed down by power and institutions. But your character's fighting back. You have to fight and hit things sideways, and you have a goal, and you want to accomplish this goal, which usually means taking down a faction or redeeming yourself or something like that. And the way you do that is going to have to team up with some factions temporarily, like make some bad deals or whatever, just so you can get the power and the things that you need, because you need to be ready, willing, and able to accomplish your goal. And at the same time, these companies are going to be coming at you because you're messing up their plans, or you're in the way, or that kind of stuff. Just because they're companies, they're going to turn on you. So that's going to be like the big power dynamic of the game. I'll explain the rest as we play, but that's sort of like the gist of the game. So it's going to be GM-less. We're going to take turns. We're going to create some characters, create some factions, and then get into play. Okay, because I'm the facilitator for the game, I want to demonstrate a little bit how to make a character. What's going to happen is I will make a character, and then I'm gonna pass the buck around to Aaron. Aaron, I spelled your name wrong in the thing.
That's fine. I don't mind.
God, I'm the worst. There you go.
You're not the first to do it.
Yep, I just inadvertently defaulted to like generic. Okay, so to show you how to make a character for someone else, I'm going to do the first one because I'm just going to be a facilitator. It's easier if I just demonstrate it. Then we're going to go to Aaron, and Aaron, you will have the choice to make either the second character or a faction, and then the last two people will make, based on those options, either a faction or a character if you haven't chosen it. So basically, we're starting with 2 factions and 2 characters at the start. This speeds up play. That doesn't mean you can't not have a character. It just means your first turn will be creating a faction or creating a character. Okay? It's just this sort of like world-building character generation. So with that sort of rambling stuff, I'm going to go ahead and create a character. So, in the book, there are a couple options here. There's a list of 10 different things you can choose. Why did I lose my book? I did. Okay. Well, I'm gonna roll a d10 to see what my identity is. I got an 8.
That's a tech identity.
Thank you.
So I got technically gifted, like a mechanic, medic, or gunsmith.
Yes. So I'm sort of like some sort of like creator of something, like an engineer. Cool, and I'm gonna roll my what my motivation will be, which is another d10. I got a 9.
Greed.
So I'm a greedy engineer. So obviously, who I'm going to be is Dharmesh. O'Houlihan. And the idea of my character is that they're a greedy tech. This guy is he's like kind of like a corporate jockey. Like he works like as an engineer at like some low grade like mega corporation. But like he spends his evenings tinkering in his like garage or whatever, like his like lowly tiny apartment. And he came across a big discovery, right? Or he's working on a brand new microchip, right? Like he's working on it alone, and he's getting pretty close. So his goal will be produce the first quantum microchip. So
cool.
So I'm working on some kind of I'm calling it the quantum microchip because I suck at coming up with names, right? But so I'm going to come up and I'm going to create his ready, willing, and able stats here. I have to choose a 3, a 4, and a 5 for this. What's going to happen is throughout the periods of courses of the game, I'm going to have to roll some d10s. I'm going to roll 3 d10 to be exact. And as long as my dice come up lower than the scores of ready, willing, and able, I succeed at those parts. So I think my character, since I have a 3, 4, and a 5, I think my highest stat will be ready starting out. I feel like my character really has the scientific background for it. My lowest stat will be willing. I don't think he knows if he wants to do it yet. And then his ableness will be 4. Like his workshop and everything around there is good. Here's a good analogy of what ready, willing, and able means. If you are a sniper, ready means that you are trained, you are in position. You're in the field, you have your scope open and all that kind of stuff, right? Like willing is you're trained and you're absolutely willing, okay with taking this life. Like you're not being against your will to do this, right? Like you are you want to do this, you can go through with it. And then able is your actual like marksmanship and your ability to shoot, if that helps. So that's sort of like the big 3 of ready, willing, and able. And so once you're done creating your character and all these stats, because that's all you got to do, you go ahead and create a small scene. And the way you create a small scene is you roll your dice. So I got a 2, a 6, and a 3 here. I can assign these dice how I see fit. I'm going to which means that my 2 and a 3 can go to different stats. I'm going to raise my willingness to 4. And the way I'm doing that is I'm assigning my 3 stat to willing. I'm going to assign my 2 stat to ready. So now my stats are 6, 4, 4, and my ableness stays the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to describe a scene, like a vignette about what my character is and who they are. So I think we see them get out of like the future Uber company, like maybe like it's just an automated like hover car, right? And he goes to his dirty high-rise like arcology, and we see a guy sort of, I guess probably like southeastern, like Southeast Asia color, maybe Indian. He's like wearing like a white collar shirt, but like his tie's like halfway down, like he's exhausted, right? Like his sleeves are rolled up. He's like carrying like a briefcase, and he has sleeves slunched over. Like he looks like he had an exhausted day of work, right? And we see him like turn the key to his apartment or whatever. We see like a rat scurry by, and he goes in, and we see all like the halogen lights are like imagine like Christmas lights or whatever, but like they're like some sort of like cyberpunk blue or like pink, and like the like bunch of dirty dishes and like Chinese takeout containers. But like we see him go by it. We see him like go by his like bed, which is covered in like clothes, and like we see like the next suit or whatever hanging out there. And he goes into his workshop.
Like a neon light right outside the window.
Oh yeah, of course. It's like it's like bringing in And he like goes and like he opens up a closet or whatever, but in his closet it's like instead of seeing like more clothes or whatever, it's like been cleaned out, and the only thing in there is sort of like this pristine like workshop bench of like technical stuff. So he has like a soldering iron, he has like a monitor in the corner or whatever, like displaying things like that, and like on his desktop or like on the workbench is like a motherboard looking kind of piece or whatever, and like he's finally like see a smile on his face, and you see him open up his briefcase, and he brings out some like new like it's labeled at the top like top secret on it, and it's like some sort of like diagram or schematics, and he's like, all right Dharmesh, you can do this, right? It's like I think this is good, and that's my scene, right? So that was pretty long, but yeah, that's my scene.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Well,
of
can I
course.
ask questions about like scenes and characters as well?
Oh yeah, sure. Oh wow, look at all the hosts, man. I'm sorry, I just wow. Awesome.
Who's
Thanks,
hosting?
guys. 10,000 people have hosted me.
Wow.
For some reason, my Twitch alerts isn't showing who's hosting me. But no, not to fear. Tux, Kelsa, Nick, Henley, thank you. Serial Comma, thank you guys so much.
Nice.
You guys are awesome. Okay. Yeah, what is your question?
So my question is, do you think that like this is top secret, or do you think that somebody would know that he's working on a quantum chip?
Here's my question back at you. What sounds more fun?
What sounds more fun is you being surrounded by armed men trying to steal the quantum chip.
So people know that I took this.
Maybe.
Cool.
Did you like steal stuff? I imagine a corporation.
I took top secret documents out of a briefcase.
Yeah.
Probably. That's very reasonable. Yeah. So if you're thinking about doing a faction, wanting revenge on that, that's definitely an option. If that's what if I can be so brazen as to guess what you're trying to get at.
Well.
Yeah. Or you'd be a character hired to take me out. Like you can do that.
That's more what I was thinking.
Yeah. That's absolutely.
So is it my turn now?
Yeah, it is your turn. So you have the option of now creating a faction or creating a character.
I think I'll create a character.
Okay. So go ahead and so I rolled for my motivation and my my identity, but you don't have to if you already know what you want to be.
I think though, even though I came up with that, well, you helped me come up with that hired gun thing, I think I want to roll from the first time.
Okay.
So it's just a D10?
Yes. It's a D10 for your identity, then another D10 for your motivation.
Okay. So, I rolled a 1.
That's fine.
That was a good sign.
You're rolling from a table, so it's not like a 1's bad.
Yeah. Activists. You want to affect change like environmentalists, crusading singers, or political firebrands. Okay, activists. And my motivation is 5. Power. Oh, that works really well, actually.
Oh, you're an activist and you want power.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So you've read a little bit about what an activist is.
Yeah.
They're very it's a very broad category.
So maybe my kind of idea for somebody who's like an activist and like their motivation is power is probably somebody who wants to like take back the world to the people, right? It is a cyberpunk, so he probably won't be able to, but he's trying his like damn hardest.
Yeah.
And his long-term goal is to be the king of that new world, so to speak.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So what do I do next? Do I do the goal or do I do the ready, willing, able thing?
Either.
Either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
Whatever makes more sense to you.
So how would I word that for his goal?
Yeah, I think you might have to make your goal more like this was a goal in say like Torchbearer or Burning Wheel or something like that, where like
A little
I
less
want to rule the
ambitious.
world starting with
Right.
starting by taking over my hometown or like my arcology, right? Or like starting that kind of stuff.
Or should it be a goal that's like achievable now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, as the first step towards the larger goal.
Would something like
I don't know.
I want to show that the corporations are not all that powerful or something like that?
Yeah, but it would
Like,
have to be
scale them
actionable. Yeah, but like
Right.
so basically you want to expose a corporation for being shitty, right?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what you want to do.
Like embarrass them.
Yeah,
If that-
right. Yeah. You want to
makes
embarrass.
sense.
Yeah. Embarrassing a corporation is a perfect one. Just do you have a name for a corporation that you want to embarrass? Yeah, very much a cult of personality, Dilsum.
Yeah, let me think. How about WN Global? That sounds corporate.
Oh yeah. So you want to publicly shame DM Global? Is that what you said? Yeah.
So now I roll 3D. No, wait. I have
You have a 3, a 4, and a 5.
3 and a 4 and a 5.
Yeah.
3 and a 4 and a 5. 3 and a 4 and a 5. I think my highest stat will be willing. Because I'm really, like this is probably what this character wants more than anything else. Then ready would be 4, and then able would be the lowest.
Okay. So your character is they have very very strong conviction in doing this. They're somewhat prepared, but somehow they just can't. They don't have the immediate ability to capitalize
They're
on
maybe
this.
a little bit over their head.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're taking on a corporation.
Yeah.
Cool. So so we need to come up with a name, and I think and then you have to do your role in your scene. But help me out here. So what kind of, you're an activist, so like who is your character? Like are they like, what do they do? Are they like some sort of like underground demagogue? Like, or are they like, do they run a gang? You know what I mean?
Ooh. I really, really like the sound of running a gang.
Okay. Yeah, so he's like a
That
gang
sounds
leader.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your character's name?
I think it's going to be Suki. It's going to be a she.
Okay. Yep. Suki. That doesn't start with a T, does it?
Suki.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I wrote. Okay, good. I'll just put just Suki, unless you have a last name in mind. And you're a gang
No.
leader. Do you want a gang name right now, or
Oh man.
yeah, what kind of gang are you?
The way that I see it is it's less of like more of like a sort of, I guess, less of it's like a hacking sort of group. Like they
Oh yeah.
mostly hack. So maybe it's less of a gang and more of like a hacking.
Yeah, it's a hacking network crew.
Yeah.
You can have a hacking gang. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Hacker
hacking
gang. Yeah, super.
Hacker gang.
Yeah.
Have you ever
So
seen Mr. Robot?
I have not seen it, but
There's a show that started I guess it was over the summer called Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
That
I've heard good things
was
about it.
About like this hacker and the group that he
Assembles.
came to fell in with, and it was amazing. I totally recommend checking it out.
Okay, will do. Awesome. Thanks. Okay.
I see these guys, like the gang, as the kind of assholes who like take down Xbox Live and PSN and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, a hacker collective is what Rooster says. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're like anonymous.
Basically, yeah, something like that.
They're the script kiddie, just watch the world burning kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Go ahead and go ahead and roll 3d10. Remember, any of the scores that you get from those dice, if they are lower than any of your scores that you have available, or is equal to or lower, then you can bump up those scores with these stats, basically. All right, and you just make a scene, and maybe use a scene to help you guide what stats get. Use what stats get built up to help guide your scene. So, like, if you bump up your ready, describe how your character gets more ready at achieving their goal, right? That kind of stuff.
Right.
So you get an 8, 8, and a 3. That kind of sucks. You did get a 3. So you're able to raise one of your stats by 1. And then go ahead and make a scene. Yep, because all you got is your 3, and that gives you power to raise any of whoever you assign that 3 gives you the power to raise.
Should I tell you what I'm raising first, or should I do it after the scene?
It's your call.
I think I want to. So what's the limitations of what I can do exactly? Like because I'm not really sure with this game.
You can't interact in a negative way with the currently established character because you're just doing a vignette about yourself.
Yeah.
But since there aren't any corps introduced, you can mention any corporation you like, except actually publicly shaming DM Global because you have to actually check off ready, willing, and able before you can accomplish your goal.
Yes.
But pretty much anything else goes.
So you kind of like, let's just do the scene then. You kind of like.
It's really good advice, by the way. Just go with the scene that you had in mind. Probably that's usually what's on the first thing that comes to your head is usually the best answer.
So we kind of like get this scene of like we have like the beautiful arcology and it's like so clean and like so like crisp, and then like the camera kind of pans down and then you just see like the shitty like slums and like you hear gunshots in the background and like cats running everywhere. It's terrible. And then like there's like this flat, and then right at the top, it like right in the top room is like this little Japanese girl, and she's kind of like crouched over like a laptop. She's sitting in the middle of the room, and there's nothing else surrounding her. It's just her in the middle of this room with her laptop. We see her like basically like the laptop's like black, and then just like white lines, like white lines of text start scrolling down. And she starts typing, and she says, is everybody in position? And then like you hear like a dot, 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 and then you say a yes. And then she types in, "The revolution begins now."
Nice. Great scene. All right.
And I'd like to increase my willing.
Nice.
Yeah, good. Awesome job. Perfect. So now we go to RP Glory.
Okay.
Brad, you have to create a faction.
Cool. I'm totally up for that. Yeah, I would like to create an AI. Because how cool is that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
So,
So to do so, you've already picked the type. Now I just need to. So I just go to. Oh, how does conditions work for them?
don't worry about conditions.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're playing a hack of Remember Tomorrow that basically excises negative and positive conditions out of the game. Everything gets solved by ready, willing, and able.
Okay. Okay. So motivation. I'm thinking knowledge.
Sure. I follow the mantra of Kevin Crawford style tables, so you can always roll, or if you already have an idea in mind, just pick the ones that you want.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Given the option, I will almost always like pick something that resonates rather than rolling and seeing whether or not it resonates.
Sure. Okay, so you want an AI,
Yeah.
and you want an AI, and their power is knowledge. They thirst for things. Okay. Cool. Do you have a name or anything like that yet?
Well, it just popped into my head, and I'm willing to. If anybody has another name they like more, I'm willing to change it up. But I'm thinking Infinity Blue, like sort of a takeoff of Deep Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Feeling it.
I was gonna say mad future cyberpunk IBM vibes coming from that. Yeah. Okay. Infinity Blue. Cool.
Yeah.
So now, so unlike characters, factions only have one stat, and their stat starts at 3. They all start at 3. But the benefit of factions is that it's very easy for you to raise your stat, because anytime a character makes a deal with you, your stat automatically goes up.
Okay.
So one last thing you have to do about factions is factions must have a person or like an NPC representative of them in the game. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come up with a person like this. So like if this was SpaceX, you can make an NPC that would be like Elon Musk, right?
Okay.
It could, or it could be just be like lowly janitor guy, right? Like give him a name.
Okay.
Basically, you need to put a face to this corporation.
Well, I mean, it's an AI rather than a corporation.
Yeah, that's true. But so for your instance,
But
it's
an avatar of some sort.
Yeah, it could be. It definitely, absolutely, could be an avatar.
Okay. But it does have to have a separate name, or it's I guess like
No, it could be
rating?
No, it could be Infinity Blue.
Okay.
It could be itself. You basically the NPC of itself.
Okay. Well,
Which
sure,
makes sense because
let's just go with that, and it has sort of a very straightforward avatar of animated infinity symbol. That's sort of a gradient of various blues going around in that loop.
Okay, yeah, cool. And so it just sits in our obvious retro cyberpunk cyberspace of like the grid, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
And okay, so I assume I do a scene, an introductory scene for that.
No,
Or no.
actually.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's okay. So that's fine. Next time when it's your turn, you can either just use a faction or create a character.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Kelsa.
All right, I am going to create a faction. This is going to be industrious/pharma, and it's hard to pin down exactly where that lies because this is a corporation that specializes in making clones and altering a human's DNA. And their motivation is survival of humanity, with humanity being in sort of quotes, as they are, slowly changing humans' DNA to be more adapted to various lifestyles.
Okay.
So their survival of the species at any cost, potentially including humanity, which is why it's kind of ironic. And they are called New Dawn.
New Dawn.
Yep.
Good name. New Dawn.
And their person is going to be screw it. What is it? Why can I not think of this name? Hold on one second. I can't think of the name I wanted, so we're gonna go with Henrietta.
Okay. And who is Henrietta?
Henrietta is the PR rep. She's like the face of the company. Whenever any kind of major announcement is made, she is the person that you see on TV.
Communications director.
There you go. And her name's Henrietta.
Thank you, West Wing.
Her name is Henrietta Templeton. I think we had a discussion about this last time about thank you, West Wing.
Still in it. Still knee deep in West Wing. Show is so good.
It
God
is
damn.
so good.
So good. All right. Sweet. So we did our characters. That's the game. Thanks for playing. No. All right. So it's my turn. It comes back to me. On my turn, I have I have 3 options. I can.
What was your character's name again, Eric?
Dharmesh.
Dharmesh.
Yeah. So these are my like player actions I can do. The first thing I can do is I can say, screw off, Dharmesh, I'm going to make a new character. I can just make a new character, and Dharmesh goes into the middle of the table, and anyone else can pick them up and play them. So I could do that. I make a new character. The second thing I can do is I can create a new faction. I just make a brand new group out of nowhere. The third thing I can do is actually I guess there's 4 actions. The third thing I could do is I could play a faction, and I can attack a player that's not me. I could attack Suki using one of my factions, or the fourth thing I could do is cut a deal. And when I cut a deal, it means that Dharmesh will be going to a faction for help and rolling to see if I can raise one of my stats. Meanwhile, whatever company wants to make a deal with me gets their stats raised automatically. So what I'm going to do is, with Dharmesh, I think Dharmesh is feeling pretty good. I think I'm going to I'm going to cut a deal with Infinity Blue.
Okay.
So what this scene's going to look like is we cut back to Dharmesh's shitty apartment. You know, he's sitting like slooped over his test motherboard stuff, right, in his closet. Like the clock says like 2:45 in the morning, or some like whatever hour, and he's like, there, it should work now, and he flips the switch or whatever, and just like you get like the little like test diagnostic things, so it's like failure. He's like, what am I doing wrong? And he goes and he pours over through all the schematics and stuff. He's like, I don't see it. And I think then he goes on like his monitor, his like terminal, and he's like searching for like these sort of theories and stuff like that. And I think he comes across maybe it's not Infinity Blue per se, but it's like the same like database that Infinity Blue is like kind of looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody want to play Infinity Blue?
I would love to.
Yeah. Okay. So Dharmesh is like going through here, Darmesh probably like his symbol is probably like a shit. What's a cool? I can't think of a cool thing. I like the idea of being a symbol, but I can't think of a cool symbol. I was thinking of like something like in Sanskrit that sounds badass, but I can't think of anything right now. The first thing that immediately came to me is like, is there a Sanskrit letter for Artha from Burning Wheel? Yeah. So, anyways, I guess my symbol is the Batman symbol for now.
Oh, and is Darmesh first name or last? Or is that...
Oh, sorry. No, Darmesh is his first name. It's Darmesh O'Houlihan.
Oglehan?
O'Houlihan, like super
O'Houlihan.
super Irish, but
Okay.
he's straight up Indian. Because I like the idea of cyberpunk where you like just mash cultures together. It's like it's what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's like Darmesh is going through like these like databases stuff, like looking around like theoretical physics details and like researching all this kind of like quantum theory kind of things, and we wind up in like there's another person in this database. It's we as players know it's Infinity Blue, but how does Infinity Blue present themselves in this situation?
Okay. Well, I think it would come in the form of like a
Don't say Clippy.
a Skype call from a contact that you don't recall
Oh,
saying yes to.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but there it is.
I don't recognize this number, and I answer it. I'm like, hell, I like wiping like the light out of my eyes, you know, 'cause it's like super late. Like, hello?
Yeah. So
Is it a video call, or is it just audio?
It is a. I think it is a video call.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe just audio.
Okay,
'Cause
just
I
audio.
think that Infinity Blue is just gonna present that avatar.
Sure, sure.
And you get that from just from
Yeah.
just from the audio.
That's the profile logo. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Hello, who is this?
good evening, Dr. O'Houlihan. We have been following your progress. Let us call it eagerly.
I don't know who you are, and I think you have the wrong number. He's like afraid that so like you're threatening him, like he knows something, right? He's like Darmesh is getting kind of panicked.
You're very close. And I realize that you have not had the opportunity to interact with us before. But I believe we can be of some help in your current project.
And what I don't know what you're talking about. What current project? I'm not working on anything.
Of course. Perhaps.
What's in it? What's in it for me?
Well, there are others who are following your progress in this project that you claim not to be working on, that are less friendly and have a agenda that would not go well for you. We would like to provide both technical support and protection.
Ooh. Darmesh leaps at the opportunity. Being afraid, and you're offering him a like a guardian angel, right? Like
Saying so anyway.
yeah, exactly. And I mean Darmesh is a character, and he's desperate. He's like, I'll have to look into this, but that does sound pretty good. I might need how do you say I might need some insurance. How can you guarantee such claims? I'm a man of science and an engineer. You're going to have to do more than just face value.
see attached.
Okay. There we go. And I'm gonna roll. And
I like that. Just
cool.
see it.
And I'm boosting. I'm boosting my ready, which I guess makes sense. You're giving me more ability to increase my things, right? Like you're giving me more preparation skills and technical know-how. So my readiness goes up. Infinity Blue automatically goes up to 4. And I think it's probably just the end of the scene, right?
Sure.
I feel like that's just the end of the scene of just like see attached, and we know that like clearly whatever you sent to me was some sort of schematic or whatever to help me with my stuff. Cool. Yeah. Great. Thank you. That's my scene. I'm done. Aaron.
So I have a question. It's more of a game question. How would I use like the stats? When do they come up? Like on rolls and like for example, willing. When would I ever use that? Right.
Oh, sure.
Or whatever.
When a company attacks you.
Okay.
So the only way so everybody, in order to accomplish your goal, must check off ready, willing, and able. The only way you can check off a skill is by saying, I'm going to try to check it off. I'm trying to secure my ready stat or my willing stat or my able stat right now in this scene.
And I thought that was only when being attacked by a corp.
It is only when you're being attacked. I'm sorry. So when you're being attacked by a corporation, you respond by saying, okay, well, in this threat, I'm going to secure my ready. I'm going to secure my willing. I'm going to secure my able.
And when you secure something, it can't get lower?
No, when you secure something, it's like a checkoff box. It's it's a progress clock from Blades.
It can still get lower, but you won
your skill,
that goal.
Exactly. Your skill can still go up and down. However, your checkbox to completing your goal has been turned, and this clock can never be taken down. The original game, you can lose your checkboxes. For a one shot, you can't. The stipulation is that once you have 2 out of 3 of your ready, 2 out of 3 of your checkboxes, the next time you shoot for a checkbox, you get 1 shot. If you fuck up, then we laugh and we describe how it goes horribly wrong, right? But otherwise, you get your goal, and we play that out.
And I can only check it off when that character is being attacked by a corporation.
Yes, exactly. So you as a player in this game would like to you're supposed to be figuring out how to make your character more powerful and a threat, so people will play factions and try to take them down. In exchange, you try to check off your things.
Right. Okay. So see, for my turn though, I was wondering if I could make the DM global faction.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And just to clarify, factions out in the open, anybody can take control of that, right?
Yes.
So is making the faction using up the turn, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yep. No big deal.
I'm gonna roll for their stuff.
Yep. So what is DM global?
Is it okay if I roll first and then kind of...
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's always okay to roll first.
Because the PDF is being...
Yeah, of course.
So, let's see here. Page 20. Okay. For factions.
Yep.
Yeah. Just need to scroll down there. There's no shortcut.
Oh yeah, of course not. Right.
That I know of. Okay, so let's see. If I roll a d20, not d20, but d10.
Mm-hmm.
D10. Okay, what did I roll? 5. So they're a group, but I'm not sure if that makes sense. No. I'm going to actually choose a corporation.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, and what's their motivation?
Motivation,
It's on the following page.
Yeah. I think greed, probably.
Okay, just standard. Okay.
So
So what does DM Global actually do? And then come up with a character that represents them.
so I thought it'd be kind of cool if to kind of like connect the characters. Like I'm trying to publicly shame DM Global, but I think it'd be kind of cool if the stuff that you stole and the place where Darmish works was DM Global, if that's okay.
Oh,
Like, as-
absolutely. Oh, you mean you want to try to tie in storylines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
like DM Global is like
Yeah.
they're like a megacorp, and their like label is on pretty much everything, like electronic,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like smartphones, cybernetics, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you know, they're your Samsung and Verizon and AMD or
Yeah,
Intel,
exactly.
right? And IBM. Yeah, they're like everything rolled into one, of course. Great idea.
And is that my turn?
No, you have to come up with a character that represents DM Global.
Right. So, and is this is a character that other characters interact with, right? It's nothing else. Just like it doesn't have to be like the PR guy. It doesn't have to be.
Oh
that,
no,
or
it
is
could be anybody.
Okay.
And this isn't the only person people can interact with scenes with these characters, right? This is just something so when it's someone else's turn as a player, they can address a person from the group without always having to come up with something on the fly. This is your chance of as creating a faction to like establish fictional truth that this person works there, right?
Okay.
If that helps.
I think I'm gonna make it
It's a detail.
CEO.
Sure. Also, sometimes the NPCs that you create in factions end up becoming characters. That's a thing that
Okay.
happens. That's possible.
Pretty fun.
Yep, so you want to make a CEO? So who's the CEO of DM Global?
So I think his name's gonna be Veni Koski.
Venny?
Yeah, Veni Koski. And he's like,
Is it Koski?
yeah, I mean,
Doesn't matter.
it's like a Russian sounding name.
Yeah, sure.
And I kind of want him to be like this huge, like bruiser looking guy. Like he looks like somebody you would see like on the street beating somebody up for money.
Oh.
But he's somehow
It's like
found it. Yeah, he's like a real like hard ass, and he's like huge and he's bald and stuff, but he's like in a really ill-fitting suit, and like his desk is like way too small for him because he's so massive.
I picture like the
Like-
Kingpin.
Yeah, that's pretty much it actually. Yeah, this
Yeah.
really intimidating guy.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, great.
Should I give anything else?
No. If you want to add more details, you can. No, that's perfect. That's a pretty good idea of who he is. Great.
Okay.
Cool. Now we go to RP. Brad?
Okay. So I'd like to make a character,
Sure.
and I'm thinking an insider, also at DM Global.
Awesome.
Give him a name, Parker Harrington. And he is motivated by pride. And let me see. So I'm thinking that, I mean, it says that there's supposed to be like middle management would be okay to be like one of like 100 VPs.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay. So
Analyst, like stock trader, like you probably have a cubicle or an office. Yeah, whatever you need.
okay. So he does a bunch of like the acquisitions research, but to sort of coordinate things to make sure that anything that they are acquiring, he has to like communicate with a bunch of different.
Did you say he's part of DM Global?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're part of acquisitions. Yeah. So you're like an analyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And manager, you manage people who probably who like crunch the numbers or whatever, and you have to report to your boss, who then reports to someone else. And yeah. Got it. Cool. All right.
Okay. So for the stats, I assign a 3, 4, and 5. Is it?
Correct. Yep. 3, 4, and a 5.
Okay.
Maybe you should state what your goal is first, and then
okay.
frame the ready, willing, and able to that kind of like orbits your goal.
Let me see. I think that he wants to put himself into the because of his insider knowledge, he wants to put himself in the position to like spin off his own company and just make a killing with
poach. Yeah, right.
Yeah, by poaching tech.
Start his own company via poaching. No, that's perfect. Great answer. Cool. So now, go ahead and state how your ready, willing, and ableness of 3, 4, and 5, and how it plays into this.
Okay. So I think that he's moderately ready, not all that willing, and pretty able. So I guess the
fictionally, then you're like more like you're unsure of wanting to pull the trigger, but
he has a good paycheck now. He doesn't want to blow that.
Yeah. You're a manager of a couple, like people are loyal, kind of. You already have the loyalty of your employees, or at least you think you do, right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Just cool. And when bad things happen, we just figure it out what it means.
Okay.
Cool. So let's you get to create a vignette scene for your character. And then at the critical moment of that scene, or really whenever you want, go ahead and roll 3d10, and then you will assign those 3 dice to your ready, willing, and able. And once again, whatever die is equal to or lower than any particular score of ready, willing, and able, then you are allowed to upgrade it. Your stat will increase by 1.
So is the best that you want basically is something equal to, right? That's like the best you can get, number wise.
No, you can get higher at it, but you don't get to use it. Unless I misunderstand your question. I probably do.
In order, like the highest you can increase is if you roll equal to, right?
The highest you can roll successfully, it would be equal to. Yeah. Correct. Yes.
Okay.
And it depends on the stat, right? So like if Brad rolled like a 5, 5, and 6, he gets his able. Or if he rolled like a 5, a 4, and a 6, then he could assign the 5 to able, 4 to ready, and then 6 to willing, right? So like your choice of being able to do of choosing which ones to go, or you could put the 4 to ready, but like why would you do that? Or 4 to able. But like that's kind of how it works. You can assign it. It's mostly to if you ever have trouble of seeing where the scene's supposed to go, think about it in terms of where you failed. You didn't get your willing, right? You weren't willing to do something, so you can think of it that way. Or you weren't ready, or you weren't able, and explain what happens, right?
Okay. So do I roll the 3d10 right now, or do I do the vignette first, or how does that work?
Your prerogative. If you think it would help you to frame the scene based on what you would roll, you can do that. Or if you want to, you already know what's going to happen, but you don't know how the outcome's going to happen at the end, then start talking and then roll and see what happens.
I guess I'll go ahead and roll and see where that goes.
Ooh.
Okay, that's that's awful.
Yeah,
right?
a little bit.
Okay.
One success. You
Um,
can put it anywhere you want. So there's that.
but the one would bump up one of the one of the stats.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Your choice.
Okay. So I will definitely bump up willing, and I think the scene is he's at the office. It's like 10:30, and he's got his the corporate laptop in front of him, and then on his phone he's like using it to connect to his PC at home, and just like sort of gathering information from one to the other, sort of covertly. And he's just searching through the database. It's like, oh, what's this then? I think I can use this. Yeah, maybe it will be time soon. But I'll definitely need to have the right pieces in place. And I'm going to need someone to access that. If I did it, it'd be obvious. Can't have that.
Yeah.
I need a fall guy. I'll cut it there.
Yeah. Cool. So it sounds like you're upgrading your able. Is that what you're doing?
He's
I mean, it doesn't matter. You could make an entire scene then and be like, I'm upgrading my willing when it makes no sense. Like it's your prerogative.
okay. Well, actually, to me, he's sort of he is in fact building up his well-being.
He's building his confidence. Yeah.
Yeah, building his confidence. He's like, oh, I see a path where I can do this, and it falls into line with the plans made so far.
Yeah.
This can actually work.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. So cool. Yeah. Great.
Awesome. I'm gonna make a character now.
Oh.
I am going to be an outsider. I am going to be playing an AI, a rogue doll, or a what's the word? An android, basically. And their goal, their motivation is freedom, and their goal is to be legally equivalent to a human being.
Okay, you're gonna have to remind me what the name of your character was.
I didn't say it yet.
Okay.
That explains why.
Yeah.
Their name is Echo, but it's spelled EQO.
Echo.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'm sorry, you have to remind me again what your goal is. Your goal is to achieve human citizenship or like human rights?
Yeah, equivalent to human citizenship, basically.
I'd say citizenship.
Citizenship is a good place to put it, so.
Yeah, okay. So Echo?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll my. I'm gonna assign my ratings. I think Echo is not currently very able to accomplish that goal, so that should be the lowest. I think it's probably they're very willing, so they've got a 5 in willing.
And then ready is 4.
They're getting ready, and able is 3. So
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. So go ahead and create the short little vignette, and then
I'll roll my
narrate
dice
it
and
out.
see what
Okay.
happens. Okay, I got 2 of them. Okay, so we see Echo. Thanks, Golden.
Yeah.
We see Echo for the first time, and they are a somewhat androgynous framed android. They are wearing a.
What do you mean when you say android?
I mean synthetic humanoid shaped body with
Okay.
zero biological parts.
Okay. I was thinking like less it's like C3PO-y, like Chappie, or
No, more humanoid looking than that.
Oh, okay.
But still, like more
Like synths from Blade Runner.
more like that, or like Ex Machina.
Oh, okay, yeah, Ex
Yeah,
Machina. Yeah. Okay.
Except instead of being
So very human lifelike.
very, very human, but still obviously not.
Yeah.
Like
Kind of like iRobot.
Yeah, like right there at the Uncanny Valley kind of area.
Okay.
Like fake skin, but it's not like it's room temperature and not skin temperature.
Oh, that's
you
weird.
know. Yeah, exactly.
Ooh. So cold.
It's not cold.
It's like a
just
corpse.
Cool. Slightly like a corpse.
No, that's the temperature of a corpse. It's room temperature.
It's okay. It's slightly warmer than room temperature.
Of course. Yeah.
In the core area.
Yeah.
But like the limbs are always super.
Yeah, that's where the CPUs turn.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All that heat.
So they are they're dressed in like a work uniform. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like coveralls. Like a
janitor onesie.
Like a janitor or mechanic onesie.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay, that's what you mean by yeah. Okay.
And they're like the coloration of that is like a dark blue, and it's got stains of undetermined origin on it. And they're walking into a tenement building that we realize is completely abandoned because it has no atmosphere controls. There's no AC or anything. In fact, let's put it on a moon base, and there's literally no air. So like this was
cool.
like a tenement that the dome cracked or something, and so now rogue dolls are living out there, and so Echo comes in. The lights are out because there's no power, but like other than the fact that there's no light, the apartment is really well appointed. You know, it's clean. There's never any mess because they don't have to eat. But like they come in and
You turned off. No sound.
it's telling me my internet connection is unstable. What is going on?
I don't know.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That was weird.
That was weird. Okay.
That was weird.
They were wearing a medium length wig. So as they come in the door, they kind of sigh, which is like a human affection that they've picked up, and they pull off their wig and then they put it on like a little hook by the door where there's like a line of a bunch of different wigs, and then they unzip their coveralls, and inside, underneath, they're wearing a like like a wife beater and like khaki pants, and stuffed inside of the pants pocket that is under the coveralls, they pull out a wad of cash, or like a fistful of cred sticks, and they put it into like a big bowl on the table, like there's like a coffee table in the middle of the living room, and then they just drop this fistful of cred sticks in there.
Ooh.
And there was already a bunch of cred sticks in there, so now it's like party favors, except it's all cred sticks.
Oh, so it's like the night of Halloween before kids get there.
Yeah, except instead of candy, it's cred sticks.
Yeah.
And
I know, it's still candy. It's called cred sticks with an X.
Yes. So yeah, and they then walk into the bedroom and lay down on the bed, where their eyes turn off because they don't actually have eyelids to close, and they just go dark as they go into sleep mode, and that is going to increase their able and their willing, as they have more money to throw around.
Yeah. Oops, there's rewrote. There we go. 6 and a 5. Awesome. Cool. I'm excited.
No, not the ready. The able.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I misread you. Sorry.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Great. I'm excited to see where this goes, guys. But it's 10:14, so let's go to our first break. Get some more water, get some more tea, and we'll be back in 5 minutes for more Remember Tomorrow and see what happens with our characters and everything. All right. So thank you guys so much.